What's the big deal with ESO's veteran dungeons? What's going on in Pathfinder's Alpha? How's Neverwinter celebrating its first birthday? What two MMO publishers are getting a divorce? That's sad. What about ArcheAge's upcoming alpha patch has gamers so excited? Find out all this and more because this is MMOFTW. The latest in a series of articles regarding the creation and development of Elder Scrolls Online was published on the official site. In this latest issue, the team discusses the process behind veteran dungeons and how they differ from normal dungeons to give experienced players a challenge. More than just the same dungeon harder monsters, the team has set out to create an entirely new experience for veteran players. In their own words, all of our dungeons have stories that unfold as you explore them, and it's important to us to continue to develop them in the veteran versions. Dungeons give us an opportunity to introduce you to new characters, reintroduce you to old ones, and to tell some of the story through scripted events. Not only in between fights, but as part of the bosses themselves. Plus, we get to draw on the incredible lore base of the Elder Scrolls, so we get to take you and your group to places like the Plains of Oblivion and explore other iconic elements of the setting. All of this is leading up to, no doubt, the next content patch that's coming to Elder Scrolls Online, which is a brand new veteran dungeon. We'll have more on that as soon as Bethesda and ZeniMax decide to let us know. The Pathfinder Online site was updated this week with a meaty post to announce to backers and fans that the alpha is officially underway. In addition, and with the beginning of the early enrollment tests slated to begin soon, the team has announced a change to the land rush that players were expecting. Wanting to hand players a robust and fun way to feel that their land acquisition was meaningful, the team has created something called the War of Towers. This in effect gives players something to do, a PvP-like mechanic to enjoy during the earliest stages of the game. To find out more, head on over to the Pathfinder Online site and read what Ryan Dancy and the team have planned for you guys. Neverwinter is celebrating its first anniversary, and Cryptic Studios is inviting players to a special in-game event called the Protector's Jubilee. During the event, the city is decorated for a celebration, and the renowned Forgotten Realms wizard, Elminster Aumar, will make his appearance to join in with the festivities. Few can resist the pomp and circumstance of these festivities, even the most powerful wizard in Forgotten Realms himself. If you feel like seeing what's going on with Neverwinter these days, just head on into the game because, well, it's free to play, at least until you want to buy a mount or something. The ArcheAge forums for the North American version of the game being published by Tryon have been updated with the good news that the game will launch with the version 1.2 version of the game. Wow, I said version a lot. Version. And here's more. The 1.0 version met with a lot of player resistance when it launched in Korea earlier this year. Since that time, many improvements and fixes have been put in place to improve the overall game experience. In addition, the community team announced that the start for the beta has been pushed back slightly to accommodate the translation of the game text, a feat of over 70,000 words. So yeah, there you go. We'll be hearing more about that, no doubt, from Tryon in the coming weeks. And it's with a heavy or happy heart, depending on who you are, that I must now announce to you that SOE and ProSabanSat.1 are parting ways for the European game hosting of SOE's games. In a news announcement on the EverQuest 2 forums, it has been said that SOE will be parting with the European publisher. The announcement on or about July 1st, player counts will be transferred to SOE, with the hosting ceasing over in ProSaban. Now new players can now begin to register with SOE, and all publishing activities will be taken over by Sony themselves. So there you go. After migration, EU players with existing memberships will be automatically upgraded to SOE All Access memberships, and all EU residents will have the opportunity to purchase All Access memberships at the same rate as the old single game memberships, and enjoy all SOE games as well as a monthly 500 station cash claim, marketplace discounts, and many promotions. There you go, European folks. You are finally freed from those trains of ProSaban, whatever that means. You can come on over and join the SOE folks in their newfound transparent way of doing things. And last but not least, the Firefall site, believe it or not, was updated with a whole bunch of new information on their Path to Launch dev blog. The particular issue is the first in a series that will introduce players and fans to the new core systems being implemented into the game since Mark Kern's departure. In it, the team describes how players will be able to access Ares jobs versus the Ares missions of old, aka personalized narrative content on demand when arriving in a new zone due to the somewhat sporadic nature of dynamic content and the Ares missions. These are things that you can basically call down at any point, and they will be randomized from what they are calling hundreds of different jobs that will just sort of be tailored to you and where you are in the world, and you can join up with other players and do them, or you can do them solo. You might not even run into anybody, but there'll always be some sort of randomized mission or quest for you to do to continue to progress. In their own words, Ares jobs also help to make the world feel more alive. They can happen anywhere in the world, and other players are not notified if you are in the area working on one. This means that there are a lot more opportunities to stumble upon a player in the world working on their own little mission rather than just finding them at these giant public events, helping the world feel less like a large open area with only a few isolated interesting zones, and more like a fully populated world where people live and work and play. Well, it'll be interesting to see just how far along the team at Red 5 have come since the hubbub surrounding Mark Kern's departure just a few months ago, or maybe even a year ago now. Good lord, time flies. And we'll be keeping our eyes on Firefall because it'll be certainly nice to give it a re-review when it officially launches later this year. And that'll do it for this week, folks. Thanks for watching another episode of MMOFTW. As always, don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Are there other ones? Maybe even Google Plus at MMORPG.com without the dot. If you feel like it, you can follow me at TheBillMurphy on Twitter. And as always, don't let a bad pug get you down. See you next week.